Hi, and welcome to Digital Tech Reviews and Tips. In this video today, I'm going to be unboxing and taking an exclusive first look at the brand new LanParte LA3D Gimbal for GoPro cameras. With a retail price of about $360, this gimbal is going to set you back a little bit more than those by Feiyutech and other brands. However, the kit does include some nice accessories like a battery extender and a control cable which lets you mount the gimbal on a tripod mount. Now, as you can see here, it comes in a nice little lunchbox style carrying case, very different than the previous model, which came in more of a briefcase version on the left there. And so this new design should offer a little more portability, so you can easily put it in a backpack or setch. Opening up the case, the first thing you're going to see here is a manual. I'm very happy that LanParte went ahead and included a full detailed manual, because the gimbal is not the most intuitive to use, and this definitely helps you get started and figure out all the different modes. The first part of the gimbal here is by far the most important. It includes 3 brushless motors to stabilize the pitch, the roll, and the yaw, and the whole thing is actually constructed out of metal, so it doesn't feel cheap at all, and it should hold up to some good abuse if you do drop it or something like that. The next part here is the handle. As you can see, it does have buttons. They let you control the up and down, left and right movements of the camera. It also has a nice rubberized grip on it, and on the bottom it does have the power button, which lets you turn the whole thing on and off. Besides the 2 main components of the gimbal, LanParte does include some accessories. This one allows you to extend the length of the handle and insert 2 extra batteries, thus also extending your battery life of the gimbal. This weird shaped thingy here is the detachable control cable. It allows you to control your gimbal from a distance as you have it mounted on a head mount or a tripod or something like that. And even though you probably have 5 million of them around your house, LanParte does go ahead and include a micro USB charging cable. I mean, you can never find them when you need them, so I guess it's good. And here is a little thing for hooking onto the case and carrying it over your shoulder, I guess, if you wanted to do that. LanParte also includes a battery charger, which is a little hard to get the batteries into, but once you get them situated, it charges them fairly fast, so that is always appreciated. The final 2 pieces in the kit are the batteries, like I said, and this little very important cable here, which actually lets you charge your GoPro from the gimbal while you are filming. If you've used a GoPro with a gimbal before, you'll know that usually one of the biggest annoyances is having to change the batteries out every time it dies, so having this included feature is pretty nice. Now, the first thing you're going to want to do once you get your gimbal is charge up those batteries. They come partially charged, but either way, plug them into a wall adapter or an external battery like I'm doing here, and start them charging so that they are fully ready to go when you're ready to use your gimbal. After you've waited for those batteries to charge, you want to get to setting up the gimbal. So unscrew the back part where the power button is located and insert the batteries in. Positive side first. Bloop, plop. That's the sound batteries make. And then just screw the handle back on. No need to be excessive and be Mr. Oliver Twist. Just finger tight will do. Now you're going to want to set up your gimbal. So grab your GoPro camera and get a flat surface like this desk here. As you can see, attaching the GoPro to the gimbal is not the easiest thing in the world. I really wish LanParte would work on a little easier system. It is functional once you get the GoPro camera attached. It's definitely not coming loose, which is a good thing, but also is a bad thing if you need to switch the camera out quickly. Now, this might be one reason that LanParte did include that cool charging system for charging your GoPro while you are using the gimbal. So that should minimize how many times you have to switch it out. But still, it does take a while. As you can see here, I'm still rambling on, trying to think of stuff to talk about while I show how long it took to put the camera in place. Now that the camera is in place, next thing you want to do is attach the GoPro gimbal to the handle. Make sure you line up those dots and don't just mash it together with force. You don't want to break it right off the bat. So line them up carefully and then rotate the little dial there, which will lock it in place so they don't come apart. And now, hit the power button on the bottom and press the mode button for 3 seconds, and boom, just like that, the gimbal roars to life with a whir of brushless motors that are impossible to hear. To use the control cable, which LanParte includes, first thing you're going to want to do is take apart your handle and gimbal, and then the system is fairly easy to connect. It's basically the same, just line them up, screw the little dial into place, and do the same thing for when connecting your gimbal to the other end of the control cable. Just like this, line it up and lock it in place. It's a fairly good system. It takes a little time, but once you get used to it, it definitely holds secure and isn't going to come apart. Power up the gimbal with the control cable attached. It's exactly the same, and it works exactly the same with the buttons left to right, up and down. I also tried it on a head mount. I don't know why you do this. It's a lot more practical to put it on a tripod, for example, because you can set up the camera and then operate it from a distance and get some nice smooth pans from left to right without having to carry around an expensive tripod head. I do kind of wish that LanParte had included a joystick to operate the left, right, up and down, as that way you wouldn't have to be all at once left, all at once right, and you could be a little smoother. But overall, I'm very happy with this gimbal out of the box. I should be having a full review up of it eventually, so subscribe if you want to see that, or leave your questions down below. I'll answer them and tell you how I'm liking it or whatnot, or recommend a cheaper gimbal if that's what you're really looking for. So that's about it, guys. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you found it somewhat helpful. Subscribe, comment, like, find me on Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram. And as always, have a nice day. Peace out.